Welcome to Aura Skin Secret, your place for simple, glowing, effortless beauty. Let's unlock your best skin. You know what's funny? Most people think their skin problems come from hormones, stress, or genetics, but honestly, in so many cases, it's the small everyday habits they don't even realize are destroying their skin. And the craziest part? A lot of these habits are things people actually believe are helping them. So today, I'm going to reveal the 10 skincare mistakes that secretly make your skin worse, even if you think you're doing everything right. And I promise, number 7 is something literally almost everyone does without even thinking twice. If you stick with me till the end, you'll not only understand what these mistakes are, but your whole skincare routine will make sense in a way it never has before. So let's get right into it, because if you're tired of breakouts, dullness, irritation, or just feeling like your skincare isn't giving results, this might finally explain why. Let me start with something that almost everyone does during a breakout, and honestly, it's one of the hardest habits to break: touching your face. I know, it sounds like a small thing. What's the big deal, right? But you would be shocked at how easily bacteria, dirt, sweat, oil, and even just environmental pollutants stick to your hands. When you touch your face, even casually without realizing it, you're literally pressing that stuff deep into your pores. And if you're already breaking out, it's like adding fuel to a fire. Think about how many times in a day you rest your chin on your hand, rub your nose, scratch your cheek, or adjust your glasses. Most of the time, we don't even notice it. And if you're someone who picks at your pimples, that's like taking a tiny wound on your skin and turning it into a full-blown infection. Not only does touching your face spread bacteria, but it pushes inflammation deeper, which is why pimples become painful, red, and take forever to go away. The long-term aftermath? Scars, hyperpigmentation, texture. It's so easy to avoid, but so hard because it's almost automatic. One simple trick is to just become conscious whenever your hand gets close to your face. The second trick? Keep tissues nearby. If you really have to touch your face, at least put something clean between your hand and your skin. Most people blame their skin problems on things like hormones, stress, genetics, or even their environment. But what they don't realize is that a huge part of their skin issues often comes from the small things they do every single day without even thinking about it. These tiny habits, which seem harmless or even helpful, slowly damage the skin barrier and trigger breakouts, dullness, irritation, and uneven texture. The truth is, skincare is not only about what products you use, it's about how you treat your skin throughout the day. Touching your face is one of the most common mistakes, and people don't even notice how often they do it. Whether it's resting your chin on your palm, rubbing your nose, picking at tiny bumps, or scratching an itch, every touch transfers dirt, bacteria, and oil directly onto your skin. Even if your hands look clean, they carry microparticles from your phone, keyboard, doorknobs, and everything you've touched that day. When all of that makes contact with your face, especially areas that are already irritated or breaking out, it pushes impurities deeper into the pores and triggers inflammation that can take days to calm down. This leads to more breakouts, more redness, and in many cases, acne scars that stay long after the inflammation is gone. Another everyday habit that silently harms your skin is overwashing, which people often do because they believe a squeaky clean feeling equals healthy skin. It doesn't. When you cleanse your face too frequently or use products that are too harsh, you strip away the natural oils that protect your skin barrier. Your skin then panics and produces even more oil to compensate, which leads to clogged pores and new breakouts. This becomes a cycle where the more you wash, the oilier and more irritated your skin becomes. Overwashing also makes your skin sensitive to the products you apply afterward, so even simple moisturizers or serums may start to sting or burn. Most of the time, people don't connect this irritation to overwashing, but it's one of the biggest reasons the skin stays in a constant state of imbalance. Another everyday habit that silently harms your skin is taking long, hot showers and letting the hot water hit your face. Hot water feels relaxing, but it breaks down the skin's natural barrier, causing dryness, irritation, and increased redness. It also worsens conditions like eczema, rosacea, and general sensitivity. Lukewarm water is always the right choice, but most people don't realize the impact temperature has on their skin and continue damaging it without knowing. Similarly, using rough towels or rubbing the face aggressively after washing might seem like nothing, but it causes friction that irritates the skin and disrupts the barrier little by little. Patting your face gently is such a small switch, but it protects the skin far better than rubbing it dry. Your pillowcase is another silent contributor to skin problems. Even if you wash your face nightly, an unwashed pillowcase that hasn't been cleaned in a week or two can hold sweat, hair oils, bacteria, dust, and product residue. Sleeping on that for hours every night directly affects your skin, especially on the cheek where you rest your face the most. Many people don't realize their breakouts come from something as simple as not changing pillowcases often enough. These everyday habits, which seem small or irrelevant, build up over time and play a major role in making your skin worse, even when you think you're doing everything right. Many people believe that the more products they use, the better their skin will look. But the truth is that overcomplicating a skincare routine often causes more harm than good. It's tempting to follow every trend, buy every new serum, and layer a bunch of active ingredients, hoping to see fast results. But skin doesn't work that way. Skin thrives on balance and consistency, not overload. When you apply too many strong products at once, especially ones that contain active ingredients like exfoliating acids, retinoids, vitamin C, or benzoyl peroxide, your skin can become overwhelmed. Different formulas can interact with each other in ways you don't expect, causing irritation, redness, dryness, or breakouts that feel random but are actually reactions. Many people mistake this irritation for purging, thinking it's part of the process, and they push their skin even harder. In reality, their barrier is weakening, and the inflammation is a sign that the skin is begging for a break. The skincare industry is filled with marketing that makes you feel like you need a 10-step routine to achieve perfect skin. But more steps often mean more chances something will go wrong. Layering too many serums in one routine can confuse your skin and prevent it from getting the full benefit of any single product. Your skin can only absorb so much at a time, and everything beyond that sits on the surface, increasing the likelihood of clogged pores or pilling. Even well-formulated products that work beautifully on their own may not work well when mixed with other actives, and the results show up as irritation or chronic sensitivity. This is why so many people feel like their skin gets worse when they try more products, even though their intention was to help it. Another problem with overcomplicating your routine is inconsistency. When you're using too many products, it becomes harder to keep track of which ones are working for you and which ones are causing issues. If irritation appears, you won't know what caused it because there are 5 or 6 new things in your routine. And when you keep adding and removing products every few days or weeks, your skin never gets the chance to adjust. Skincare results take time. Weeks, sometimes months. Constantly switching because you don't see instant improvement only confuses your skin more and slows down progress. Your skin responds best when you give it a stable routine and stay patient. A simple, consistent routine can strengthen your barrier, reduce inflammation, and allow your skin to heal naturally without being bombarded by strong ingredients every day. When your routine is overloaded, even basic steps like moisturizing and sun protection become less effective because your skin is too irritated to benefit from them. Overuse of actives like exfoliants or retinoids can lead to micro tears, dryness, peeling, and a weakened barrier that becomes reactive to everything, including products that were never a problem before. This chronic irritation can mimic acne or cause redness that takes months to fix. Your skin doesn't need 20 different ingredients to thrive. It needs the right ones used consistently. Simplifying your routine doesn't mean doing less for your skin. It means doing what actually works. When you remove unnecessary products, your skin finally gets room to breathe, repair, and show the natural glow you were chasing with complicated routines in the first place. Cleansing seems like the simplest part of a skincare routine, but it's actually one of the most important steps. And when done incorrectly, it quietly becomes one of the biggest reasons people struggle with breakouts, irritation, and dull skin. A lot of people think that simply splashing water on their face or rubbing a makeup wipe across their skin counts as cleansing. But the truth is that poor cleansing habits leave behind layers of dirt, oil, sunscreen, and leftover makeup that clog the pores and prevent the skin from repairing itself properly. Throughout the day, your skin collects sweat, bacteria, pollution, and product buildup. And if all of that is not fully removed at night, it sits on your skin for hours and creates the perfect environment for breakouts to develop. Even if you think you washed your face, if you didn't cleanse properly, your pores are still full of residue that slowly leads to congestion and a rough, uneven texture. Sleeping with makeup on, even once in a while, makes this problem 10 times worse. Makeup isn't harmful by itself, but when it's left on the skin overnight, it mixes with oil and bacteria and sinks deeper into your pores. Instead of your skin resting and repairing, it spends the whole night suffocating under layers of buildup. This not only triggers acne, but also leads to dullness, irritation, and premature aging because your skin can't breathe or regenerate the way it's supposed to while you sleep. Even when people remove their makeup, many rely on only one quick cleanse, which often doesn't fully break down foundation, sunscreen, or long-wear formulas. That leftover residue acts just like sleeping with makeup on, only in a slightly smaller amount, and the long-term effect is still negative. Double cleansing, especially at night, is important because it ensures you remove every layer of makeup, sunscreen, and dirt before you actually wash your face. The first cleanse usually breaks down oils and products, and the second cleanse actually cleans the skin itself. When people skip this step, they don't realize how much product is still lingering on their skin. And when the skin is never truly clean, no serum or moisturizer can fully work the way it should because it's trying to absorb through a barrier of buildup. Many people think their products don't work, when in reality, the skin is simply not clean enough for the ingredients to even reach the surface properly. Using the wrong type of cleanser for your skin also adds to the problem. A cleanser that is too harsh strips your skin and disrupts your barrier, leaving it dry and irritated. A cleanser that is too heavy or not suitable for your skin type can clog pores. Foaming cleansers can be too drying for some people, while cream cleansers may be too rich for others. Finding the right balance makes a huge difference because cleansing should leave your skin feeling clean, but never tight, dry, or squeaky. That tight feeling is actually a sign of damage, not cleanliness. Another overlooked issue is the habit of rushing through cleansing. Many people quickly splash water on their face or rub cleanser for just a few seconds and rinse it off. But cleansers need time to work, especially if you wear makeup or sunscreen. Massaging the cleanser gently for 30 to 60 seconds helps it actually break down debris and clean your pores effectively. Also, not rinsing properly can leave cleanser residue behind, which leads to irritation and dryness throughout the day. When cleansing is done incorrectly, it sets off a chain reaction of skin problems. Clogged pores turn into breakouts, leftover sunscreen causes dullness, and irritation from harsh techniques weakens the skin. But when cleansing is done right, everything else in your routine becomes more effective. Your skin absorbs moisture better, your serums work more deeply, and your pores stay clearer. Proper cleansing is one of the simplest but most powerful ways to transform skin. Yet it's also one of the most commonly neglected steps, which is why so many people struggle without even understanding the real cause behind their skin issues. A healthy skin barrier is the foundation of clear, calm, and glowing skin, yet it's the part most people accidentally damage without realizing it. The skin barrier is like your body's natural shield, keeping moisture in and irritants out. But when the shield becomes weak, everything else falls apart. Suddenly, your skin becomes dry, itchy, inflamed, and overly sensitive to products that never used to bother you. Breakouts appear more often, redness becomes more noticeable, and your overall skin tone looks uneven and tired. The surprising part is that most of the things that weaken the barrier are actually habits people believe are helping their skin. For example, skipping moisturizer because your skin feels oily seems harmless, but it slowly starves the skin of hydration. When the skin doesn't get enough moisture, the barrier dries out and starts to crack, and the body reacts by producing even more oil to compensate. That extra oil mixes with dead skin cells and creates clogged pores, which then become pimples. So, what starts as an attempt to reduce oil ends up making the skin even oilier and more acne prone. The misuse of strong skincare products is another major reason the barrier gets damaged. Ingredients like retinol, exfoliating acids, benzoyl peroxide, and vitamin C can be incredibly effective when used properly, but many people think that using them more often will give faster results. Instead, the opposite happens. Overusing these actives strips the skin, weakens its natural defenses, and causes microinflammation that can last for weeks. The skin becomes red, flaky, and sensitive, and many people assume this means the product is working, when in reality, it's a sign of barrier damage. Even combining multiple actives in the same routine can overwhelm the skin. Some ingredients simply don't pair well together, and using them at the same time leads to irritation that builds up slowly until the skin can no longer tolerate even gentle products. DIY home remedies also play a huge role in destroying the skin barrier. Things like applying lemon juice, baking soda, toothpaste, or harsh scrubs with large particles may sound natural or safe, but they can severely disrupt the skin's pH balance and physically damage the surface layer. The skin becomes inflamed, raw, and weak, and over time, this leads to chronic sensitivity and persistent redness. Many people think natural means gentle, but the skin's barrier is delicate and can easily be harmed by ingredients that are too acidic, too alkaline, or too abrasive. Skipping moisturizer, even occasionally, might not seem like a big deal, but it affects the skin's ability to retain hydration. A strong barrier needs water and lipids to stay intact. Without enough hydration, the skin becomes more vulnerable to environmental stressors, such as pollution, sun exposure, and dry air. Moisturizer doesn't just add moisture, it seals it in, helps repair damage, and supports the barrier so it can function properly. Even oily or acne-prone skin needs a moisturizer because hydration and oil are two different things. When the skin doesn't get the hydration it needs, its protective layer weakens, and over time, everything from the harsh wind to your regular cleanser can cause irritation. Environmental factors also contribute to barrier damage. Hot water, cold air, UV exposure, friction from towels or pillowcases, and even stress can weaken the skin's natural defenses. Without sunscreen, the sun's UV rays slowly break down collagen, increase inflammation, and worsen existing skin issues, making the barrier even more compromised. People often don't notice this happening because it's gradual, but the long-term effects are significant and hard to reverse. A strong barrier is what gives skin that smooth, plump, and healthy appearance. When it's damaged, no product works the way it should. Serums don't absorb properly, moisturizers don't hydrate the same way, and even gentle ingredients feel harsh. Repairing the barrier should always be a priority because once it's healthy, everything else in your skincare routine becomes more effective, and your skin naturally becomes clearer, calmer, and more balanced. Consistency, protection, and understanding your skin's signals are the true foundation of healthier, clearer, and more glowing skin. Yet they're the parts most people overlook because they seem too simple compared to trending products or quick fixes. But the skin functions best when it's treated gently and predictably. Using the right products is important, but using them consistently is what actually creates long-term change. Many people follow a routine for a few days and then switch to something new because they expect instant results. Skin doesn't work on that timeline. It takes weeks for new cells to form, for marks to fade, and for the barrier to strengthen. When you jump from product to product, your skin never gets the stability it needs to adjust and improve. Even the best products won't show results if they're used inconsistently or replaced too quickly. Sticking to a simple, steady routine allows the skin to build tolerance, recover from irritation, and slowly transform in a healthier, more sustainable way. Protection is another essential but often underestimated part of skincare. Many people focus on cleansers, serums, and treatments, but forget that without protecting the skin from external harm, progress becomes uneven or completely undone. Sunscreen is one of the most important forms of protection because it shields the skin from UV damage that causes premature aging, dark spots, inflammation, and weakened barrier strength. Even when it's cloudy or you're indoors, UV rays still reach the skin and contribute to long-term problems. Skipping sunscreen even occasionally makes all your other skincare steps less effective because the sun breaks down collagen and triggers pigmentation faster than your products can repair it. Hydration is another layer of protection. Drinking enough water and eating nutrient-rich foods helps the skin function properly from the inside out. When you're dehydrated or lacking important nutrients, your skin becomes dull, uneven, and more prone to irritation, no matter how good your topical routine is. Clean environments also act as protection. Something as simple as changing pillowcases regularly, cleaning makeup brushes, or avoiding touching your face throughout the day reduces the amount of bacteria and dirt that come into contact with your skin. Many people ignore these small habits, but they significantly influence breakouts, clogged pores, and overall skin texture. Skincare isn't just what you apply, it's also how you protect your skin from the things you can't see. Understanding your skin's signals is just as important as consistency and protection. Your skin communicates with you every day, and learning to listen to it can prevent a lot of unnecessary damage. If your skin feels tight or dry, it's asking for hydration. If it becomes red or irritated, it might be reacting to a product or ingredient that's too harsh. If you're suddenly breaking out more than usual, your skin might be overwhelmed or your routine may be too strong. Many people push through irritation thinking it's normal or temporary, but discomfort is your skin's way of warning you that something isn't right. Ignoring these signals only leads to more inflammation, more damage, and more time spent trying to repair what could have been prevented. When you combine consistency, protection, and awareness, your skincare routine becomes far more effective. Your skin becomes calmer, clearer, and more resilient. Instead of constantly reacting to problems, your skin begins to maintain balance on its own. That's when the real transformation happens. Not from chasing trends or constantly switching products, but from building a healthy relationship with your skin and giving it what it truly needs.